In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I color grade my footage in Final Cut Pro to make it go from this to this. What's going on? Welcome back to this week's video, and in this one I'm going to show you exactly how I color grade my videos in Final Cut Pro using Color Finale. This video is not sponsored by Color Finale. This is just one thing that I've used for a couple of years now, and it's an integral part of my workflow. Like, it was worth the money to buy it, and I highly recommend any Final Cut Pro user to go and download or at least try the free trial for Color Finale. If you are interested in it after this, I'll put a link in the description box below. Check it out, check out the free trial, but I'm sure when I go through this color grading process with you, it'll definitely convince you to at least give it a go. So let's jump straight into the computer, and I'm gonna show you how I get a vintage look to one of the shots that we did for one of our clients. So if you look on the right hand side in the effects panel, once you've downloaded Color Finale, it'll have its own video effect. First thing you want to do is drag and drop Color Finale onto the clip that you want to color grade. Then we can open the controls on the right hand side, and it'll give us the option to start doing our color grades. So on the left hand side, you've got the color wheels options, you've got your curves, LUT utility, vectors, and the HSL curves. We'll delete them for now because we're just going to start with the color wheels. As always, hit Command 7 to bring up your vector scope and your Luma waveforms. Once we've got those up, the first thing that we're going to do is drop the shadows and increase the highlights so that we've got the shadows as close to 0 as possible and the highlights just touching 100. Again, for that vintage look, we need to warm the image up ever so slightly, so I'm going to drag my highlights into the yellow and orange just to give it that warm tone. From there, I'm just going to slightly increase the saturation before I go into the second level, which will be adding contrast to the image. I'm then going to open the curves layer and throw in a quick S-curve just to increase the contrast of the image. So from there, that looks pretty good. And if we toggle it on and off, you can see how the contrast makes a big difference to the video itself. But to get that vintage look, we need to sort of wash out the shadows a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the curve to wash out the shadows a little bit more. So at the bottom of the S-curves, if you just lift that up, you can see it just desaturates the shadows, just to give you what is best to be described is the vintage look. From here, I'm going to open up the 6 vectors. As you can see, it's got quite a yellow tone to it. So if we go into the yellow section of this, we can change the hue and the saturation of the yellows. And to warm it up a little bit more, we need to take it from yellow towards red, just to get that little bit of an orange tinge to it. So we slide the hue selector just slightly over, and as you can see, just that one little movement has taken it from yellow into the oranges. It's sort of personal preference from this point if you want to increase the saturation of the yellowy orange look, and again for the luminosity. All these are just minor adjustments of personal preference for you. Again, this was a very overcast day, but if you wanted to introduce a little bit of blue into the highlights, you can do that on the blues and the cyans. But again, there wasn't much blue in the sky for this one, so it doesn't make much of a difference. So if we just check that 6 vectors on and off, you can see the difference that it's made. And I'm pretty happy with the outcome of that. That looks really nice. So if we go into the final image and we just toggle that on and off, you can see we've gone from a log footage into what is best to describe as the vintage look. So once you've made a nice look like that, you're probably gonna have people saying to you, oh, how have you done that? Can I get that look? Can I borrow it off you? Well, in Color Finale, you can export this look. In the top right hand corner, if you select the gear wheel, you can export it as a look. Save it wherever you need it and title it what you need. So we'll call this one, just for jokes, Vintage Look 1. Vintage Look 1. Maybe I should sell a look pack. Do you think I should sell a look pack? Vintage looks coming soon. What's going on? Future Josh here. I was out shooting recently at the Peak District, which is a really beautiful place here where we live in the UK. I got some really good shots, which we'll overlay now. From that shoot, I managed to build up an autumn preset pack for Lightroom. Summer's over, autumn's here, so we've got all them colours, got the pictures to pop just how I wanted. And I thought, I know, let's share that with you, the audience, on YouTube. It's on sale right now for literally a few quid. It's not expensive. So check out the link in the description to my store. And maybe if you're not interested in that, just check out the website anyway. I've worked really hard on it. So it could be good for you. Just take a look at what else I do, who we work with, all that fun stuff. So there'll be a link in the description to my website. Check it out and enjoy the rest of the video. Once that's saved, now, if we actually just get rid of the Color Finale, off the timeline, we're back to a log footage, but if we drag and drop Color Finale one more time, we can then open the controls, go to the LUT utility, select LUT, and it's there, Vintage LUT 1. Select that, and boom, done. I'll quickly play the final product for you. And that's how easy it is to color grade using Color Finale and make a LUT and export it in .cube format so it can be used on Final Cut, Premiere, across multiple platforms, so you can share your LUTs with your friends, with the other creators, and or just sell them online like everybody else does. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, a really quick one just on how I do the color grading process using Color Finale and how I export LUTs if I want to give them to someone else or if I wanted to give them on to you guys. You can export them, use them again at another time in the LUT utility, or, like I said, sell them.
Yeah, boy.
We'll close the video out with just another few LUT examples that we've made, and I hope you enjoy creating your LUTs using Color Finale Pro. Thanks for watching.